Well, it's time for another Music on the Menu segment. We're here at 105 The River inside of Mohegan Sun Pocono. I'm John Eric Polli, and today we're joined by Wayside. We're joined by two guys right now, Jay and Tony, and back over there is Alan Stout. He's the host of the radio version of the show. He's going to be joining us as well here. So, guys, for the viewers that are out there right now that maybe haven't heard of you, why don't you kind of explain a little bit about yourselves and what kind of music you guys play?
Well, this started out as a blues project that we were all involved in different bands, different things, and so we got together and immediately just started writing, and it just kind of took off, it didn't stop until we were 20 songs in on a double album. So it actually still didn't stop.
Yeah, we just keep going. It's.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's, obviously you guys said you came from different backgrounds. Tony, why don't we start with you, with your background. You were in No Vacancy, kind of what did you guys do there?
Right. I was, it was a rock band, had a little country edge. Before that we were in, I was in a band, K2O, that was more rock, more cover band. But so that's where I came from.
And then Jay, how about you?
I was also in No Vacancy with Tony. Before that, I was in a band called The Curse of Sorrow. We played like what we call grave rock.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was totally different than what we're doing now.
So kind of explain this blues project, right? So how'd you guys all form? You just kind of like, hey, I want to play some blues songs. Let's all come together and kind of try this out. Was that kind of how it started?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, just get some beers and jam some tunes, and that's what we do, like it wasn't, all right, let's learn, these 10 songs and, it wasn't nothing like that. It was like, hey man, let's get together and see, let's throw some chops down. Let's see what everybody's got, and just that organic feel and vibe. And everything is riff based. It comes in, somebody comes in with a riff. Bones will come in with one. Billy will come in one. I'll come in with one. Everybody ignores me, but these guys come in with riffs, and it really takes off from there.
Okay, and Alan, I'm gonna bring you in now for a second here. These guys obviously being in blues. When because you've been hosting the show for so long, how many blues acts do you get to see come through here?
There's some. I mean, I'm sure the guys know who they are. Phyllis Hopkins is a great blues artist. Clarence Beatty, certainly. The late George Wesley was known for reggae, but George played some blues too. It was a big part of his influence. So, and out there in the clubs, Teddy Young. I'm sure you guys know Teddy, Stingray.
Absolutely.
So we have a nice blues scene here in Northeast Pennsylvania, but there's always room for more. And it's nice to see these guys, kind of follow what was true to their hearts and go in that direction, as they told us on the radio show the other night.
And then you guys too, you just recently kind of got things going, right? 2018, you guys kind of got it rolling. You released an album. Why don't you tell us about the album, what it's called, and tell us a little bit about it.
Album's called Music in Between. That's one of my favorite tracks on the album. And people might listen to the album and say, these guys say they're blues, but there's all sorts of, I mean, it really gets around. I mean, there's a lot of different styles of music on this album.
Our album is like an X.
Yeah.
It gets around.
It gets.
And this is double tracked, right? The album, is that?
There's 2 CDs, 20 tracks altogether, and we started out, let's do an EP, 5 songs, and then we said, you know what, we have more than 5 songs. Let's do a full album. And by that point, we had way too many. So we decided, and everybody sings in the band too. So that's nice. You don't get, bored with the same vocal. You're bound to like one of us,
So how's that when you guys work together? So you have 4 different guys that could sing. How is, when you're trying to put together a show, or whether you're trying to, when you guys are even writing your music, how hard is that to all kind of come together and, work it all out between the 4 of you?
It's easy. Whoever. When you're writing a tune, you kind of get the vibe like, oh yeah, I got an idea for this, man. I can lay some vocals down this, so that's kind of what we all do, and it's whoever best fits the song and what's best for the tune is what we, how we do it. Yeah. Very organic.
And Alan, again, have we seen, since I've been hosting, I think we've seen a band where all four guys have sung. Is this something that's kind of rare to Music on the Menu?
Yeah, definitely. No, we don't. We haven't had it. We have maybe bands that have two guys sing or musicians sing, females. But no, it's a good point, John. I don't think so. I think it's the first time we've had four vocalists on the show, and certainly at what we had at Breakers Music on the Menu Live a week or two ago. So it's very cool.
So then I say, even on your end too, being the host of the radio version of it, do you think it's beneficial then to the people that are out there listening, that they're going to hear all the different voices out there rather than just hearing the same over and over and over again?
Well, I mean, greatest rock band of all time, the Beatles, and they all sang and they all had hits, and not only they sang, but they all, they're all in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as solo artists, not only as the Beatles. And so, they set the blueprint. There's a lot of bands that tried to do that because the Beatles did it and it was so cool. They just didn't have the talent in the band for everybody to be able to do that. So for these guys to be able to do that, yeah, I think it's fun for the audience, And like these guys said themselves, hey, maybe it's one of the guys that you like his voice or his style of songs a little more. He becomes your favorite guy, it's Paul McCartney guys and Lennon guys, and everybody has their favorite, and but it all makes for a great band.
Okay, and then real quick, because we're going to be going to break, both of you want to take this one at a time. Since you all sing and you have all of your own songs on the album, what's your favorite song to sing out of the ones that you sing?
Ooh, wow, that's tough.
That's a good question.
Yeah, that is a good question.
I do my job good every once in a while.
I think I like Po' Boy Blues myself, just because it's dirty, swampy. Actually, I think you coined that the one night.
We closed the show with it last Sunday night. Actually,
yeah,
when the guys were on the radio side.
That's probably my favorite one to sing personally. Yeah.
And Jay, how about you?
My favorite one to sing live would probably be Make Believe. Just bluesy, funky, just a cool tune.
Okay, and for everybody that's watching at home, you're going to have a chance to actually see them perform some of these songs, but that's going to be coming up a little bit later in the show. Right now, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be joined right back here inside of Mohegan Sun Pocono at 105 The River. Well, we're back here at 105 The River inside of Mohegan Sun Pocono. It's another episode of Music on the Menu. We're here with Wayside, and we did a little switcheroony now here. We have Len and Billy joining us here. So guys, let's hear your end of things here. We were just talking before break about how you guys all sing your own songs in the band. So why don't you tell us about what one of your favorite songs to sing is that you sing in the band?
One of my favorite songs to sing in the band is a song called Lost Transmissions. It's has a Rush influence-wise, rhythmically speaking. Vocally, it's a higher register, so it challenges. I just enjoy the more of a progressive vibe, so that's one of my favorite songs to sing live.
Okay, and then
we play an odd song called Herman's Technicolor Candies. Play it tonight. I dig that song. I like it because there's a little bit of hip hop in there, some higher register stuff. Got a little weird, tail to it, and that's probably my favorite.
So, Alan, you got to hear all of these guys sing all of these songs they talked about, and you've got to hear the whole entire album. What are your thoughts on the whole album?
I liked it as soon as Tony started sending us some stuff towards the end of last year. He was kind enough to send us some tracks before the album came out, which a lot of artists do now. Send you an MP3, they'll say this is from our forthcoming. So we were playing a track called Road Less Traveled and a couple of other ones, and you're kind of like, oh, I can't wait to hear the rest. And then the whole record comes your way, and it's a double album. You're like, whoa, so you gotta put some time in here, and so you gave it a couple spins, and you could hear that diversity, like the guys are talking about. Obviously they talked about how it's a blues influenced project,
Right.
but they're all diverse individuals too, and you could hear a little bit. They're not surprised at all that you, being a drummer, have a Rush influence.
Exactly.
And so yeah, it's all there. It's an ambitious and a really cool project.
Thank you.
The fact that that's a dual CD there, is that something that's rare for you to see too on the show? Have you gotten a lot of these?
Totally. I think it's the second one maybe in 25 years. Badley's Zeppophones in Empty Rooms, which came out about 6 years ago. It was the last Badley's album. That was the last was the last double CD I can remember getting, and the only one up until this one. So.
It's good company to be with.
Yeah.
I see you guys are really making a bang here. A lot of firsts on the show. First time that we really seen 4 different guys singing in a band. A rare occasion now that we see an album with 2 CDs on it. So great job there. But
Thank you.
we kind of, we've got the whole touch of the band. I want to have some fun now. Let's talk about some of your influences. Both of you could take this question. Whoever wants to. What were some of your influences when you were growing up?
Growing up, I listened to like Rush, Genesis, Phil Collins, anything progressive, Yes, old Yes, and then I grew up in the 70s and 80s, so you're talking about good rock and roll bands, 80s metal, all kinds of bands, Van Halen, Dokken, Rat, all the arena rock, things like that. I enjoyed music like that. But then I'll go to the softer side, like I can appreciate like Chicago with Peter Cetera, and some of the older stuff as well.
And you brought Phil Collins' name, so I want to ask you this question. Me and my one friend, I remember we had a little debate over who's a better singer, Phil Collins or Peter Gabriel?
Singer, I would have to go with Peter Gabriel because of his register, and he was a better showman. He was very theatrical with classical Genesis. From a songwriting perspective and rhythmic perspective, I'd have to go with Phil Collins. But overall, push comes to shove, I'd have to go with Peter Gabriel, as much as it pains me.
Alan, your take on that too?
Man, that's a great question too.
It's tough, isn't it?
I can answer the David Lee Roth, Sammy Hagar question a lot easier. I'm a Sammy guy. And I just, boom, that's it. My answer will come out like that. But for Genesis, everything Len said is true. I mean, I didn't like, I guess I should separate this from Genesis. I didn't like some of that Phil Collins 80s poppy stuff, like Susudio and all that stuff. I still don't know what the heck that song's about. 30 years ago.
It was his daughter's horse.
Is that what it
That was
is?
the name of the horse, yes. That's the background behind
I don't
that.
I don't need a song about your daughter's horse. So, or at least let me understand. So I got to go with Peter Gabriel, I guess, just because I don't like some of those Phil Collins 80s.
Okay, very interesting. I love Phil Collins. I don't dislike Peter Gabriel, but I love Phil Collins. But Bill,
now what you said with Genesis, like Turn It On and all that stuff. I mean, Phil was great.
Yeah.
Talented guys, both of them.
And then Billy, how about you? Who were some of your influences?
Eric Clapton, Jimmy Page. The classics. You got most of them on that picture poster up there. I also like stuff like I love Kurt Cobain. I love Nirvana. I love also Pearl Jam. I like pretty much everything. I mean, even jazz artists and pretty much everything. I'm not a Phil Collins fan though. Genesis.
Okay. All right.
This guy,
We're working on him. We're working on him.
All right. Okay.
Still but sure, maybe.
He's on tour again. You can go see him.
Yes, he
It's
is.
been a long time.
And guys, one thing I want to ask was on your Facebook page. I was checking it out the other day, and kind of your profile picture up there in the corner. It was really neat looking at a bunch of different colors going on. It really, really caught my eye. Kind of, who designed your Facebook and how did you?
John Bones.
Mr. Bones in the back over there, yes.
We got that stickers coming and T-shirts with that logo on it and everything.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's the artistic one now.
So I guess how kind of goes with your, band image, I guess, if you will. That's going to be your kind of design going on T-shirts and all that. How important is it? You guys have been around different types of bands and everything. How important is band image?
It's important to have a positive image, good reputation, dependable. You're on time, you're not showing up to gigs late, you're not playing totally blasted where you can't even understand the words you're saying, things like that. But as far as image, we don't try to put ourselves in a box. We all just be ourselves, every one of us. Billy's himself, I'm myself, Tony and Jay, and that's what makes us work. Like you said before, Alan, chemistry. And that's one thing this band has, is chemistry. We get along, we're friends outside of the band, we bust each other's chops. Sometimes I get a little more than others, but that's okay. And we just all have a good time, and it comes through the music, I think. It does. I think it comes through in the music and when we're playing live as well.
Okay, and then real quick before we go to break, tell everybody where they could catch you guys at, see all your music and all that.
Okay. Well, go ahead, Ben.
420, April 20th, we're playing Indian Lake Spirits up in Bear Creek. Great place to play. Playing here tonight. So,
Also, Bar 279 in Plains, we play in a frequent rotation, so you
That's
can
a great
check
place to
out
play.
there. It's a nice venue, good food, good service there, really good. We have a couple other shows. You can check out our Facebook page, Wayside Band, and wayside.hearnow.com, H-E-A-R. That's where they'll get you all the links for where you can get the digital formats of our music and so on.
We want to thank you guys for having us on.
Yes, thank
yeah,
you
no
very
problem
much.
at all.
Thank
It's
you.
awesome for
very
doing
much.
this, like the original
Yeah,
music
no.
series.
We're very grateful
No
for the
problem at
opportunity.
all.
That's what we do, man. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
All righty, well, thank you guys for joining us here in the studio, but you guys aren't done yet because coming up after this break, you're going to hear Wayside play live inside of Breakers at Mohegan Sun Pocono.
Without further ado, please welcome Wayside.
On a Melrose, I saw standing there, yeah. With some old friends, I think I stayed too long. Sun came up and that's when I noticed she's gone. Now the party is over and I'm on my own.
Thank you.
take my breath away with just one look. Watching your hips sway is all it took. I know if only, yeah. Let go, I don't wanna lose control. You know it's true. So come on over. Girl, don't be shy. Just spread your angel wings and learn to fly high. Sexy little thing, I love the way you walk. Sexy little thing, I love the way you talk. Why don't you show me what to do? One kiss like this, eternal bliss, I'm in love with you. So come on, baby. Don't be shy. Spread your angel wings and learn to fly. Honey, spread your angel wings and learn to fly.
You're listening to Music on the Menu Live, featuring Wayside, here on the River, 105 and 103.5.
Heaven knows what you're talking about. There's the sunshine in the rain. I can feel it coming down. There's no redemption today. You're all alone in a sea of doubt. There's a calm before the storm. Boat is sinking and we're jumping out.